Hi, dreamers. Oh my gosh, this month was off the chain insane in terms of passive income. Like I said before, you are starting to see the absolute transformation of my passive investment income due to two things: my new cash layer allocation and options. With the exact same portfolio and no new significant cash infusions, and I'm doing it right before your eyes and sharing everything I'm doing with total transparency. Over $15,000 this month? Phew. So today we'll go through it. But at the end, I have something special for you. I'll share a personal, inspiring story that I shared before, but is kind of buried in a video about 100 videos ago. I think you're gonna love it. Okay, well, let's look at the money. Here we go. So here we are in the spreadsheet, and the first thing I thought I'd show you is where I was in April of 2022. And you can see here the dividend income was $8,793. And as we go forward through the months, you can see July at $9,141, October at $9,420, January at $10,200, and here we are in April of 2023 with $10,959. Oh my God. Can you believe this? Just the incredible growth. That's over $2,000 more than last April, just from the optimizations, the continued compounding. And as a reminder, this is just my dividends, not options. So you can see really the same market basket and the same monthly payouts growing and growing over time. And of course, these are my biggest months. So let's get into the detail on what exactly I have that pays out. And here we are in April, and you can see a pretty nice even payout across the month, with just over $1,300 week 1, over $2,800 week 2, $2,600 in week 3, and a pretty big week 4 with over $4,000. So let's take a look at this detail. Well, the month starts out, as always, with a nice payout from PTY, a bond fund. This month it was $363, followed by QQQX at $185. Next we have Tullus at $39.73, and one of my Devo payments coming in at $20.73. I got a few small payouts from these growth stocks: Genuine Parts, ADP, and McKesson. And these are all long-term holds for me, followed by almost $88 from Sun Life Financial, which is a Canadian stock I've been building up a share or two here and there over time. Next, you can see that big cash layer that I've added on top of my stock portfolio from JEPQ. And I've actually added some additional shares since this. So currently it's at $523.84. And to round out week 1, just under $50 from Getty Realty and about $42 from JEPI. Going into week 2, you can see just over $934 from Philip Morris and around $250 from MPW. Now, if you hold MPW, you know this has been a roller coaster of a REIT stock recently. And I've just decided it might be a little bit too rowdy for me. So I've been selling options against it and not minding if they get assigned. And at this point, I think I'm down to my last 100 shares. So you may not be seeing this in my payouts going forward. Next, I got $50 from GSK, which is GlaxoSmithKline, a pharmaceutical, and $489 from Starwood Properties, which I've held for years, about $258 from Franklin Resources, and just under $300 from Realty Income at $298. And as you know, O is my favorite REIT. But I have been building up my WPC shares lately because a lot of REITs are on sale right now. And so this month's payout was $236.25, followed by $360 from IIPR, which is another more speculative position I have that I continue to hold and watch. And to round out week 2, another growth stock with Mondelez and just over $7. So here we go into some of the big payouts for the month. We've got BCE at just under $2,500. And BCE is just a rock-solid, bond-like foundation stock for me. Then I got a payout from FRT at around $37, Stag at $55, another small position with Cardinal Health at $8, and Apple Hospitality REIT kicking off another $8. And going into the last week, we have BNS, Bank of Nova Scotia, at $576, followed by Cisco at $15.52. And actually, I'm liking the looks of Cisco. They've got a 43% payout ratio and expected to have 7% earnings growth over the next 5 years. So their turnaround looks pretty good. Then we have everyone's favorite sin stock to hate and love, Mo, kicking off just over $3,000 with $3,002.96. Whew, thanks, Mo. Now, you may be thinking, I am way overweight in tobacco, and I agree. Over time, I will be taking my tobacco down a bit in order to balance out, but for right now, it's a solid cash flow play, especially in a sideways market. So that's the card I'm playing right now. Next, we have some more Devo payouts at about $168, and you can see a couple of estimates I've done as it's the end of the month, and a couple of them have yet to come in, including my Canadian payout, CM, at $63.71. Then we've got more of that cash layer from the high yielders that I did a full video on, with BST at $178 and BDJ, which I've also been building up lately at $126. And last but not least, BBN, which has been my canary in the coal mine for bonds at $10. So before we get to the cumulative chart, I wanted to show you my options payouts. Basically my strategy that I go into even more detail in the options batch video. But essentially you can see my wheeling back and forth as I sell calls and puts on TQQQ. And then you can see all of the calls that I've done on Verizon, Philip Morris, AT&T, AbbVie, MPW, even Mo, IBM, etc. And that's what this week looks like. But if you go back into previous weeks, they look pretty similar. You can see call and put action on TQQQ, and then essentially covered calls on my holdings, IBM, Pfizer, AbbVie, Verizon, Mo, MPW, and I do that over and over every single week. Now, one of the things I wanted to point out is there are fees associated with doing this. So let me go ahead and, I didn't even do this, add up the fees that I was charged for the month of April. So if I do that, it comes out to be just over $11. And for that $11, how much did I make? $5,154.46. I mean, I don't even know who I am anymore. This is insanity. With the first month I ever tried and did this being just over $1,000, and then two $3,000 months in the first quarter of this year, followed by this month, which was an incredible $5,000+ month. Wow, I'm kind of liking this strategy. I'm good with it. And so to wrap this up in a nice little bow, in blue you can see my 2021 numbers, where I ended the year with $51,680. And in this orange color you can see where I ended up in terms of my cumulative dividend income at just over $75,000 last year in 2022. But here we go in 2023, with the green being my dividend income cumulatively and the yellow being my dividend plus option income cumulatively over time. And so in total, my dividend plus option income for the month of April was $16,113.75. And so you can see here in the month of April, my cumulative dividend income is $32,780, but with options, it's $46,137.97. Gosh, now I have made more money by April than I did by July of last year. And really, it's just supercharged by this option strategy that I've been employing since the beginning of the year. And by the looks of it, I'm just getting started. I think I could probably maintain somewhere in the neighborhood of $3,000 to $5,000 additionally every single month. So that's at least my minimum goal for the rest of the year. And if you haven't had a chance to take a look at those 2 options videos where I show you details of exactly how to do this, I would encourage you to take 15 minutes and take a look, because who knows where I'm going to end up this year. My goal was $100,000, but could it be 125 or maybe even closer to 150 in passive income? That would be incredible. Now, the last thing I want you to be thinking right now is that this is overwhelming and that you'll never get there. So I'll leave you with my little story. When I was at my poorest, when I was in college, I remember going to a McDonald's to have my big meal of the day. I could only afford items off the dollar menu, and I really wanted a cheeseburger. But I was about 10 cents short of being able to afford it. 10 cents was the price of the cheese to go on the burger, so I could afford a hamburger, but not the cheese. I stepped back and let someone go in front of me while I pondered what to do. Do I forego the fries and just go for one cheeseburger because that's what I really want? Or could I find the 10 cents? I started looking around for one of those change cups near the registers. There wasn't one. And then I started looking on the floor for pennies. I caught myself. I realized how desperate I had become. I was hungry. I was tired. I was embarrassed and frustrated. I was already working 2 jobs, going to school full time, and trust me, I didn't spend any money. I remember thinking that I never wanted to forget that moment. I never wanted to feel that trapped again. Sometimes I wish I could go back in time and give that young girl a hand. But then again, think about it. I got motivated to study hard, work hard, and be diligent about honing my power, all for 10 cents. I think that was a lesson worth the price of admission. So my message to you is, you can do it. Don't be discouraged, because in your greatest time of need, that's when you'll get the strength to make it all happen. It won't happen overnight, but slowly and then suddenly it will happen. And I hope I'm helping you in some small way. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this dividend income update. And if you want a richer real-time experience with me, you can always follow me on Instagram or Twitter. Or you can become part of the cult by starting your own dividend dream while wearing a DD hat or tee. And for sure, doing your own research using Seeking Alpha, which you can find a link below to subscribe if you want. No pressure. And as always, I encourage you to do your own research, then implement and learn by putting it into practice. And as a reminder, I am not a financial advisor, so keep in mind these videos are for entertainment and inspiration only. I'll see you on the flip side.